We're going to have a great show tomorrow night, and we're going to have a nice weigh-in here in about 3 minutes, but we're going to do some instructions first from our chief inspector, and then with our referee, Charlie. Okay. So let me first, just so we get the ball rolling, and all these hungry fighters can get some food in them and get nourished for a nice show tomorrow night. Mr. Kelly Rossi, the chief inspector of the Oneida Indian Nation Athletic Commission.
Hi, thank you and welcome everyone. We probably have a few things here on the list. Late registration tomorrow for corners and seconds, 5 to 5:30 in Cypress Room C, which I think is either this room or the one behind us. Have boxers please report to the event center at 5 p.m. So everybody on the undercard, 5 p.m. Right, to be taken in for, we'll do the urine and get you in your room. 7 p.m. for the title fights. 7 p.m. for the 2 title fights, please, the main and the co-main. I'll turn it over to Charlie Fitch at this time. You just check with the guys here. We'll talk with the referee, Charlie Fitch, right now. He'll give you some rules and breakdown of what's going on tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. Rules in effect for all of the fights tomorrow night are the Association of Boxing Commission rules. So there's no saving by the bell in any round, including the last and final round. 3 knockdown rule is waived. So if a fighter gets knocked down 3 times in the same round, it's going to be up to the referee to determine if he can continue or not. The fighter may get knocked down 4 times or more. As long as the fighter is showing the referee that he can continue and he's physically showing that he is able to continue, it's going to be up to the referee to allow that fight to continue after 3 knockdowns. When the fighters are fighting on the inside, please be careful, avoid the headbutts. Don't want to see any punches behind the head or to the back. Protective cup should be low enough so that the referee can see the navel. It's okay if it's at the navel. Some fighters' navels are higher or lower than others. The referee's going to check that when you guys get in the ring, when you're in your corner. But generally speaking, it should be low enough so that we can see the navel. Punches on the belt line it's not a low blow, that's okay. But anything that we see landed below the belt line is going to be ruled a low blow. You score a knockdown of your opponent, go to the furthest neutral corner, remain there until you see the referee motioning for the fighting to resume. If you guys get tied up in a clinch, we want to see the fighters work their way out of the clinch. Either punch your way out of it or move out of the clinch. Once the referee sees you're not able to do so, you're going to hear us give the command, break. Once we say break, stop punching, take a full step back, and make it a clean break. You guys know the rules. What we're asking for you as fighters is to make it a clean fight. Give it your best effort. You're going to give the best effort from us as referees and judges. We know the sacrifices you guys made to get in that ring tomorrow night. Physically, emotionally, mentally. It takes something special to get in there and do that. So you're going to get the best from us as officials. We just ask from you, make it a clean fight, and give your best effort. Thank you.
Okay, we'll turn it over to the announcer here. We'll start bringing up the fighters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Turning Star Resort Casino here in Verona, New York. What an honor and a pleasure it is to be back here in this beautiful facility. We look forward to a big night of boxing tomorrow night on ESPN's Friday Night Fights. You can follow us on social media at ESPN Boxing. Tomorrow night's event is being brought to you by Arthur Pujols Banner Promotions. Follow us on social media at Banner Boxing. And tomorrow night, using the hashtag FNF, make sure to purchase tickets. This is going to be a sensational card from top to bottom as we have the winners from last year's Boxino tournament as they have big tasks ahead of them tomorrow evening. Plus, we have a stacked undercard. We begin the evening at 7 o'clock. We go live across the country on ESPN's Friday Night Fights at 9 o'clock. You don't want to miss it. Purchase your tickets now if you haven't done so already. Let's welcome up our main event participants. This contest is for the NABA and NABO Middleweight Championship. First of all, the challenger with a record of 23 wins against 8 defeats, 14 wins coming by way of knockouts. Hailing from Austin, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen,
Watch the weight.
Go, champ.
There we go, baby.
160 even for Michael Warrior. And his opponent, what a run he had in last year's Boxino tournament, winning 3 consecutive bouts, including a victory over Brandon Adams right here at Turning Stone Resort Casino, just having celebrated his birthday from Rochester, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Willie El Mongoose Monroe Jr. 160 for Willie El Mongoose Monroe Jr.
Where you guys want? Right here on the
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a tremendous affair between Willie Monroe Jr. and Brian the Warrior Vera. That our main event on ESPN's Friday Night Fights is all being brought to you by Arthur Palumbo's Banner Promotions.
Let's go, B. Get him, B.
Titles on the line, world rankings up for grabs in this middleweight main event of the evening.
Done.
Brian the Warrior Vera, Willie Monroe Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, tweet out that photo, put it on social media, because it is going to be a tremendous affair in the middleweight division. Well, we saw the winner of the Boxino middleweight tournament. Now we welcome up the winner from the Boxino lightweight tournament. First of all, we want to welcome the challenger. Also, this fight is contested for the NABA and NABO, but in the lightweight division, first of all, from Philadelphia, PA, with a record of 25 wins, 4 losses, 1 bout even, a dozen wins coming by way of knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Cameron Hank Lundy. Hank Lundy's been featured many times on ESPN's Friday Night Fights, making his return
Where's Willie?
to the worldwide leader in sports.
Where's Willie? Find Willie.
Willie.
139 for Cameron Hank Lundy.
Hey, Willie, don't leave the touch.
And now we want to welcome up to the scale. He won the Boxino lightweight tournament. What a battle he had here, defeating Fernando Carcamo right here at Turning Stone Resort Casino last May. He is the NABA and NABO lightweight champion. Introducing Peter Elzar Petrov.
You want to?
133 and a half for Peter Elzar Petrov. He is the NABA and NABO lightweight champion, the winner of last year's Boxino lightweight tournament. Again, you guys want to go ahead and drop down? Tomorrow night's event is on the floor, gentlemen. You guys can go ahead and, or right here, that's fine, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Petrov, along with Cameron Hank Lundy, the co-main event on ESPN's Friday Night Fights. It's all being brought to you by Arthur Palumbo's Banner Promotions. Follow us on social media at Banner Boxing on Twitter. Use the hashtag FNF, which stands for Friday Night Fights. Petrov and Lundy, your co-main event of the evening. And now we want to welcome to the scale. We begin the evening tomorrow night, 4 rounds. This in the welterweight division. This gentleman has a record of 3 wins, 1 loss, with 1 bout even from Philadelphia, PA. Introducing Greg Jackson, the Shooter. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, our first bout's inside the ring at 7 o'clock. We go live on ESPN's Friday Night Fights, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. The official weights for Greg Jackson, the shooter.
Hi.
145 and a half for Greg Jackson, the shooter. And his opponent, he joins us from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. His record, 3 wins, 1 loss, 2 foughts, even 2 victories coming by way of knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cornelius Body Snatcher Whitlock. $145 for Cornelius Body Snatcher Whitlock. Whitlock and Greg Jackson, the shooter. That begins our ESPN telecast tomorrow night on ESPN's Friday Night Fights. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to miss it. What a battle it's going to be in the welterweight division. Washington, D.C. against Philadelphia, an East Coast rivalry. Whitlock and Jackson. Now we want to bring up to the scale. We have a matchup in the middleweight division. This gentleman is a veteran of 14 professional bouts. We want to welcome from Atlanta, Georgia, Lacan Lucky Byfield. Lucky Lacan Byfield. Okay, so we want to welcome first of all to the scale. He was the Boxino middle. So Byfield is getting ready to jump on the scale. Lucky Lacan Byfield. Matchup in the welterweight in the middleweight division. We want to thank the fine staff here at Turning Stone Resort Casino for once again being a gracious host to Banner Promotions. Make sure to follow us on social media at Banner Boxing on Twitter and also Banner Promotions on Facebook on the scale at the moment. Lacan Byfield. $158 for Lacan Byfield. And his opponent, he is a finalist, or was a finalist in the Boxino 2014 middleweight tournament. What a run he had. We want to introduce from Los Angeles, California, Brandon "The Cannon" Adams. $160 on the nose for Brandon "The Cannon" Adams. From the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, Adams and Byfield. I'm supposed to call him Happy Adams apparently because he's always in a good mood. So I'm sure Byfield's going to try to derail that mood. Ladies and gentlemen, our stared out photo between Byfield and Adams. Ladies and gentlemen, what a matchup it's going to be in the middleweight division. Will Brandon Adams remain happy or will Byfield take some luck his way and hit a W? Brandon Adams and Byfield, a great sign of respect between these two combatants. And now we have a scintillating matchup, this in the lightweight division. Introducing first, he is a 16-fight veteran from Mobile, Alabama, Michael Doyle.
Anyone have a doctor?
Michael Doyle on the scale. Here is Michael Doyle from Mobile, Alabama. $126 for Michael Doyle. And his opponent, he is undefeated from Salvador Bahia, Brazil. He has a record of 7 wins, with 4 of those coming by way of knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vitor Jones Freitas. $132 for Vitor Jones Freitas. Now let's have the ceremonial stare-down photo, gentlemen. Aquí. You can go ahead and have the ceremonial stare-down photo right there. Doyle, along with Vitor Jones Freitas. Should be a terrific lightweight special attraction. And gentlemen, if you guys can look out this way, look out that way. There you go. Also, for those of you for the main event, the co-main event that are involved in the title fight, we are going to have a mandatory rules meeting. So please do not leave the premises. We're going to have a rules meeting for the main event and the co-main event. Now we want to welcome up. We have 8 rounds scheduled in the welterweight division. This gentleman joins us from Brockton, Massachusetts. His record 18 wins, 4 losses, 1 bout even. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Antonio Lino Chavez Fernandez. £146 for Antonio Lino Chavez Fernandez. As his opponent, he is undefeated, 9 wins, half a dozen victories coming by way of knockout. He comes to us from Los Angeles, California by way of Sumy, Ukraine. A 2012 Olympian for the Ukraine, bronze medalist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Taras Real Deal Shelestuk. Shelestuk joining us as he makes his way onto the scale. He was quite successful last year. What a year he had. $148 for Taras Real Deal Shelestuk. Now we have the ceremonial stare-down photo between Fernandez and Shelestuk. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you have to make your way to the event center at 7 o'clock, because this is going to be an action-packed undercard bout. Fernandez and Shelestuk. Here we have the ceremonial stare-down photo, gentlemen. Shelestuk and Fernandez. This one's going to be a barn burner in the welterweight division. Shelestuk and Fernandez. Thank you, gentlemen. And our first bout of the evening, this gentleman is an 18-fight veteran hailing from Queens, New York. Introducing Borgard Washington. Also, do not forget, fighters that are involved in the main event and the co-main event of the evening, do not leave the mandatory rules meeting coming your way shortly. Borgard Washington, light heavyweights in action. $172 for Borgard Washington. And his opponent, he is a 22-fight veteran. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Cameron Allen.
Hey, get some of that head. Some of that head.
for Killa, Cameron Allen. Allen and Washington. If we can have Washington up to the scale. Here we go. There we see Allen. Let's have a ceremony start up photo. Gentlemen over this way. There you go. Thank you very much. We have Allen and Washington to begin the evening. Should be an action-packed light heavyweight matchup to kick off tomorrow night's event. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes